Hello, all, and welcome to another live stream. This morning, well, it's morning for me over here in the States. This morning, I'm going to do a live Euro 2024 prediction. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and at the table, the Euro 2024 table. Now, as you jump in, please feel free to comment, and we will run through this. This is going to be very fun. So I'm going to just go top to bottom here, and before we do that, we can kind of look at this through the lens of Liverpool fans. If you're coming here not a Liverpool fan, well, too bad. This is a Liverpool channel. There have been some really good performances across the board, especially for the players like Cody Gakpo and even Andy Robertson had a good tournament, even though he didn't make it through. But anyways, I would say there were some surprises, and overall, this the group stages of the Euro were actually really boring. I thought they were really boring and really kind of just safe. I feel like a lot of teams didn't really go for it. And at the same time, you had some good dark horse teams that made it through. Teams like, perhaps Denmark, definitely Turkey, Austria, teams like that, which, nobody really expected them to go through. And I would say my favorite dark horse team for sure is Georgia. You got to be rooting for Georgia right now. So they're definitely the underdog of underdogs, and I'm excited to see what they can do against Spain. Do I think they will beat Spain? No, I don't. So, anyways, let's jump in. I'm going to start predicting these matches. First off, you got to go Spain. Spain has been one of the strongest teams in the tournament. Probably second only to, well, maybe Germany, but they did go 3-0 unbeaten in the group stage and secured 9 points. So that was a tough group too. Italy, Croatia, definitely some tough matches, and Spain certainly fit the bill as far as what they were expected to do. They did it. And I believe they were the only team to go, 3-0. So 3 wins, no losses, 9 points for the Spaniards. And I expect them to beat Georgia. I could see that game being somewhat close, but I'll say, 2-0. 2-0 to Spain. Next up, it's going to be Germany. Germany was probably second to Spain in the group stages. They had a really, really strong start. Had the best goal differential in the tournament for the group stages at 6 goals, goal differential, 8 goals scored, 2 goals against. Germany they're just a machine, and they're usually a machine, and this tournament is no different. So let's jump down here. Portugal had a really hot start as well, and then I get the sense that maybe they just didn't really care about that third match. They didn't need to win it. They didn't even need to get a draw, and I think they maybe just mailed it in. But I do expect them to beat Slovenia and move into the quarterfinals. Next up, it's France and Belgium, probably the biggest heavyweight matchup in this one. And I'm going to say France, because Belgium been kind of lame. Belgium have kind of the England virus, if you will, because a lot of talent on this Belgium team, and they just can't seem to put it together. They were in a somewhat weak group, and they failed to top that group. They came in second, and Romania was the one that kind of pulled that one out. And Belgium, a lot of talent, and they just seem soft. They seem like they don't care. And again, they just kind of have that England virus of like, maybe they feel a little entitled. Maybe they feel like, oh, we're so talented, we're just going to cruise past all these teams. And that's not the case. I would probably put a lot of that on Romelu Lukaku, but it is a team sport. So I don't understand why Lukaku continues to start. Is there no better option for Belgium? There has to be. All right, next up, it's Romania, Netherlands. Now, this one is really tight because Romania are a really tough team. And they're just a stalwart team. They topped Group E barely in a group where it was 4 points all the way across. Poor Ukraine. They came up with 4 points and they didn't make it through on goal differential. But Romania, Netherlands. I'm gonna go Dutch on this. I'm gonna go Dutch. And if you're just joining the chat or this stream, feel free to disagree with me in the chat, or agree with me, or tell me where I'm wrong, or just give me your picks. I'd love to see it in the chat. I think Netherlands will not cruise past, but I think it'll be a tight game. I could see this one being decided by one goal, or possibly less. Maybe this one goes to extra time or PKs at the end. But I expect the Dutch to go through. A little bit of a heartbreak for Romania. It's a tough draw for them. Romania got the top spot in their group, and they have to face the Netherlands, who I think a lot of people thought would top their group. Maybe not top it because France was in there, but at least not come in third. So that's a tough draw for Romania, and I think Netherlands pulls this one out. Austria, Turkey, another tough matchup. But Austria looked really strong in the group stages, and they topped the group where France and Netherlands were there. And I think they continue to press forward. I think Austria comes away with a victory against Turkey. And now it's England, Slovakia. Now, this seems like one of those classic matches where England is just set up to fail. You think back to Euros and World Cups of the past, and I was a big England fan back when Steven Gerrard was playing for them and Jamie Carragher. I always wanted to see them do well. And now, for whatever reason, well, there are reasons, I just don't really care. And England seemed to be a little bit entitled, kind of like the rich kids on the block that just kind of expect to win because, they have their collars popped, they're cool. And I just have a hard time rooting for him. And probably some of that is because I'm a Liverpool fan, and Gareth Southgate seems to have a bit of a bias against Liverpool players for whatever reason. I don't understand it, but he's basically dropped Trent Alexander-Arnold. I would say, I'm a little biased, but the best right back in the world can't get into the game. It's amazing. And England have just been boring. They've just been boring. So England, Slovakia, I could see this one being a 0-0 draw all the way into PKs. And I'll give it to England just because they've had a lot of shootouts in the past. And I expect a boring match. I expect a safe match. I expect England to just kind of be super lazy and just hope that everything works out in the end. But whatever. All right, Switzerland, Italy. This is a tough draw for Switzerland. Switzerland came in second in a somewhat tough group. They came in second behind Germany, and now they have to face Italy. I think they always knew if they were going through, it was going to be a tough matchup because of the star power in Group B. But very difficult match for Switzerland. They're a tough team. But I've got to go with England, Italy into the quarterfinals. All right. Now we get to jump into the quarterfinals. And if this is actually how it shakes out, there is some big dogs, big kahunas in here. And Spain, Germany is not an easy pick here. What do you guys think? Spain, Germany. This is a toss-up for me. Probably the two strongest teams in the group stages, and that doesn't. You just kind of have to flip a coin on this one. I do think Spain were better. They were in a weaker. Well, no, they were not in a weaker. They were in a tougher group, and they performed better than Germany. Based on that alone, I'm going Spain. And if you disagree with me, please let me know. What's up, Yuri? Thanks for the comment, brother. It's good to see you in here. Hello. Hello indeed, my friend. Boom. All right. Spain through against Germany. That will be the game to watch. Yuri says, I feel like the loss versus Austria made many people count us, the Netherlands, out already. Hope we can prove people wrong this knockout stage. Yuri, I am rooting for the Netherlands. They are my team right now. I'm from America, obviously, so I don't really have a dog in the race. But in my heart of hearts, I am rooting for Orange. I want to see the Dutch team win this, and I think they can. You know, they've got talent. They've got the players to do it. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I would love to see my captain and your captain, Virgil van Dijk, lift another big trophy. So I am Netherlands all the way from here on out, and I've been Netherlands throughout the whole tournament. So go Orange. Portugal, France, tough match, tough match. This one, I'm gonna go France. I feel like Portugal, they've got the talent to do it. I just feel like France are a stronger team. Portugal probably looked a little better than France in the group stages, but I just think France are giants, and I think they come away with a win there. All right, Netherlands, Austria. You know, the Netherlands for coming in third place. Um, I feel like this is a strong draw. I feel like, you know, getting Romania and then either Austria, Turkey, it's a good draw for them. And you know, I think they are. Austria are tough, you know. Austria are a tough matchup. Um and Yuri again says France just feel inevitable, but they have looked really poor so far. You know, they seem to just do it. They seem to get there in all these major tournaments. And yes, I do have them advancing against Portugal, playing up against Spain, Netherlands, Austria. You know, my heart says Netherlands. My head says this is going to be a really tough match. Yes, they do have that Real Madrid voodoo, unfortunately. I'm not a huge France fan. Never have been. I don't have any draw for them. You know, maybe Kanate, again, going back to my Liverpool roots, maybe Kanate gets in there and I can, you know, have something to cheer for. But um, okay, Netherlands, Austria. I mean, just to satiate my own desires, I'm gonna go Netherlands. I gotta go Dutch. That's gonna be a really tough match, though. I could see that one being, you know, a draw going into extra time and going into spot kicks to decide it. But I'm going Netherlands there, and then England, Italy. England, Italy. Man, this is a tough one as well. I think this one just comes down to which team is going to innovate more. Which team is going to go for it? Which team is going to put it on the line and decide to not be safe anymore? I feel like both of these teams have kind of squeaked through. Uh, Italy, you know, 4 points in Group B, disappointing for them. And England, I would say, should be disappointed, even though they topped their group. It was weak. It was a weak top. It was a one win and two draws. So I feel like both teams were disappointing in the group stages. And which team is going to be less disappointing against each other? Um, I'll say England. I'll say England, just based on recent results in this tournament and in years past. I think England have a slight edge there. So now we have Spain, France, Netherlands, England in my semifinals. All right, let's start off with Spain, France, Spania, France. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Ah, man, I hate to pick France, but like if I were gonna bet, I don't bet on sports, but if I were going to, I would probably feel safest picking France. Even though Spain have been the best team in this tournament thus far, um, it's a toss-up for me. Both of these teams very good. Can Spain contain the French attack? Can France stop the Spanish electricity? Uh, Yuri's saying France, Switzerland final. Wow, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. Wow. You think Switzerland goes through Italy, England, and whoever comes out of the Netherlands side of that bracket? That's a hot take. Certainly could happen. Anything can happen. That would be kind of lame if you're asking me. Although I wouldn't mind seeing Switzerland win it all as an underdog. I'm always rooting for the underdog. Um, yeah, I agree. I also have no faith in England, and nobody would be rooting for that. But I think if Switzerland did make the final, I think a lot of people would be rooting for Switzerland as the underdog. And that'd be fun to watch. I would watch that. I'd watch that with a heart tied to the underdog, wanting them to win it all. Spain, France. Let's see here. Tough choice. I'm gonna say Spain. I'm gonna say Spain. I think they're just a little bit more exciting. I think they've got a little bit more of an edge. Probably have a little bit more energy than France, and I'm gonna pick them to go through to the final. And now it comes down to Netherlands, England. It really is sad that I've got England going this far because they've really been poor, but they just have so much talent. I think they might be the most talented team in the tournament. And England for me, I've always wondered like, why is England always so disappointing in these tournaments? They've always got so much talent. You think back to the Gerrard Lampard days, two of the best midfielders in the world running that team, great defenders, prolific attackers, and they just never seem to put it together. Like you think about Spain, you think about Germany, you think about these teams who, they just seem to come together in these tournaments and perform well. France is the same way, and they're doing this with in a lot of times, not significantly lesser talent, but I think I have a theory, and my theory is that England the England national team is always comprised up of mostly, if not all, Premier League players. And the Premier League is it's such a melting pot of talent and intensity. And a lot of times these players, a lot of them just don't play on the same teams. They're really spread out. Whereas you had the Spanish team of the early 2000s, mid 2000s, where they all played for two teams. It was either Barcelona or Madrid for the most part. You had Germany when they were dominant. It was like basically the Bayern Munich team. And so a lot of these players play together throughout the year for their clubs. That's a huge deal. England just don't seem to have that. They just don't because the talent is so spread out amongst all the Premier League teams that it's just hard for them to gel. It's hard for them to come together. And I wonder too if the rivalries are so prominent in the English Premier League that it's just like, I get the sense that some of them are friends on the English national team, but, I think it'd be hard for me to come together and play with my arch rivals. If I'm a Liverpool player, what do I do with Jordan Pickford, who is a complete trash heap? And I'm letting my bias come out here a little bit. But also, how do you deal with Man City players if you're a Liverpool player? So I just feel like there's a lot to overcome there. And the likes of Spain, France, Germany, they have a lot more players that play together on the club level, and that's a big deal. That makes a big deal. Anyways, Netherlands, England. I gotta go England. I think they have the edge. I could see Netherlands pulling it out. Anyone could win in this match, but I think England just have the talent. I could see this one going to PKs at the end of it. Virgil van Dijk versus the English attack. I actually would. I think Virgil would bottle up Harry Kane easily. I don't have a lot of faith in Harry Kane, especially on the national level. But here it is, Spain, England in the final. That's I just putting England in the final to me is just painful. But look at the side of the bracket. England have it so easy. I mean, so much easier than this side. where you've got Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, just stacked on this side of the bracket. And England just kind of need to go through somewhat weak Italy team and maybe the Netherlands. Switzerland will be tough too, or if Switzerland does beat Italy, they would be a tough matchup for England as well. But Spain, England returning to the final once again. And I agree, Yuri. Southgate is just so poor. He's just I don't know why he still has a job. I think there's some backroom deals going on there, but I would say, in spite of Gareth Southgate, the English players will rise up and win. I think in these winner takes all one match legs, uh, I feel like England, the talent just shines through, and I think that's why England in the last tournament made it to the final. Now this is a toss up because Spain and England, I think, is a compelling matchup, and I feel like this one could go either way. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to make the pick. I'm going Spain. I think Spain takes it, and I think they reclaim a title. After it's been a while. It's been, what has it been, like 10 years, 12 years, 14 years since Spain has won a major tournament, and I think they come back with this young squad, and I think they do it. So I just can't pick England to win a tournament. It just goes against everything inside of me. So probably not a huge surprise here, right? Not a huge surprise because Spain were the best team in the group stage, and I just feel like they're going to carry that on. Now they have by far the most difficult path, if this is true. So they have to go through Georgia, which, hey, that could be a fun match. But once they get past Georgia, it's Germany most likely. Then it's either Portugal, France, or Belgium coming out of here. I don't see Slovenia beating Portugal and then beating France or Belgium. So they've got to go through like literally top 5 teams in Europe to get to this final. And I feel like if they do get there, it's theirs to win because of the path and because they will have to play their best football to get there. So I'm picking Spain. Do I want Spain to win it all? No, I really don't. I want the Netherlands to win it all. I'm a big Dutch fan in this tournament. I'd like to see Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo, Gravenberch lift up a trophy once again. That would make my heart happy. And so that's who I want to win it, but this is more of my realistic predictions to say who I think will lift the trophy. And yes, Yuri, it's a ridiculous run. The other side of the bracket for England is very lucky for them. If they can get past Italy, I think they'll make it to the final. And that's if Italy makes it past Switzerland. Yuri, you made a good point. Switzerland could come out of this side of the bracket as well because it's kind of a weak bracket. But it is filled with some dark horse teams that will be probably working harder because they have to. And in a one match, tie, anything goes, anything can happen. Any of these teams can say, we're going to sit back, we're going to park the bus, we're going to play for spot kicks, and we're going to roll the dice. And that could certainly work out in their favor. And you could also see one of these teams getting a counterattack goal and then just parking the bus after that. So Austria, Switzerland. Yeah, semi. That'd be something. Austria, Switzerland in the semis to get to the final. That'd be something. It'd be a boring match, I think, for casuals. But then we would have someone to cheer for in the final as an underdog, which I'm kind of hoping for. I'll be rooting for the underdog in all of these matches, besides maybe the Netherlands. And I don't know if they're the underdog here. I would say Romania probably is the underdog if you're betting. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Spain v. England in the final. I think Spain takes it. As a Liverpool fan, I really just want to see players perform well. And, I feel like they have. I feel like a lot of them have played really well. Cody Gakpo done really well. Uh, and some of the players who are already knocked out actually played pretty well. So, and then there's also, the transfer targets for Liverpool, who we have no idea if they're actually going to be signed by Liverpool. But, the likes of Calafiori, Nico Williams, we are certainly watching those players as well with special interest. And I don't know if we want to see them do well. We want to see that price stay low if we really are going to purchase them. But lots to watch for as Liverpool fans, and we shall see how this shakes out. I just hope the group stages was just a glitch because it was just boring. I mean, there were some good goals, but just kind of a boring group stage. Let's turn on the heat now in the round of 16 and beyond and see some really good, compelling football that we really didn't see in the group stages. So I expect Georgia to play really hard. I don't expect them to win. But some of these like dark horse teams, I'm interested to see how they do. And now that, Yuri, I'm going to go back to your Switzerland pick. Now I'm going to watch them with a little bit more interest since you think they're going to make the final. So we shall see. We shall see. Thanks for jumping on the stream. I think we'll call it at that. And appreciate you all tuning in. Until next time, it's up the Reds.